Peace everyone, it's BlacKKK Priestess. And just as I'm going live, there is another caterpillar. As you all know, last time I was live, I showed you all a caterpillar familiar. The last one was really huge. This one is a lot smaller. Peace, Jeremiah. Peace. This caterpillar just came crawling, and it almost looks like a silverfish, but I wonder if it turns into one of the black butterflies. I'm not sure, but that's special. But yeah, got a little caterpillar here. I'm here at my ocean bridge, just doing some ritual. And there was a June bug too, actually. When I got here, there was this June bug just chilling there as well. There's my caterpillar buddy just crawling. Probably gonna try and get toward my purse here. And I'll just show you all the views so far. The tide is super high, as you can see, like it's practically touching. It's really high tide. Usually the tide is like further back there, so. But it is a full moon. It is a full moon. Not quite. We're coming into the full moon. It's still waxing, but I'm pretty sure by this weekend or before this weekend, it'll be nice and full. And I'm just over here. I'll do libations, which I have already, so I'll cheers to you all. I have to work later, so I'm just going to do my libations. Not going to go crazy with it, but. And as you all can see, I'm pretty much ready for my swim. I'm here going for my morning swim, my morning ritual over here at my ocean bridge. And it is kind of noisy, actually. I'm wondering, let me grab something real quick here. And I will have to do my vape real quick too, but. Thanks for your patience. You all know how I am. Sometimes I'm not always prepared, but I really wanted to check in with everyone. I miss my audience. I miss being able to go live on YouTube. All praise is due. Whew. Yeah, I just kind of rolled out of bed like I do, and I just come over here. But anyway, enough about me. Just getting started with things. I really wanted to just kind of talk about. I'm gonna go here where it gets a little sunnier. And I've been working with my Sex on the Beach and money incense. By the way, I've been really feeling the green and pink, that flower energy of, the green representing the stem and pink representing the rose, the blossom, the bud. And I'm just in the using money incense, and this one is Sex on the Beach, which helps revitalize my energy really well, and it allows me to do energy work and healing work while I'm in the professional workplace, or my job, so to speak. Let me show you all. The tide is so high, coming right up. See, it's just coming right up, crashing. Barely any shore left. But I'm still gonna go for a swim. And it's getting nice and bright out. Nice and bright. Hope you all can see me all right. It's important that we have our rituals, especially those of us with spiritual power, mages, witches, warlocks, wizards, priestesses of any sort, you know, mambos. It's important to do our rituals to cleanse from humanity and the new age and modernity. You know, just to kind of wash away the negative energy and the negative vibration that's in this nation, in America, in you know, it's not even humanity anymore. Everyone's kind of like clones. And of course, I'm just going to speak for America right now, because I know that people live differently in other parts of the world. But I wanna keep that foundation of honoring the Most High. So I kind of want the Most High to speak. I don't want to speak out of turn and, you know, get too biased with my personal experiences. But I know my purpose. I know what I'm here for. And I just want to remind Black women that, you know, I'm still here to elevate us. You know, my experiences and my purpose, you know, my gifts and the work that I've done toward being Black High Priestess, the things that I've done to earn, you know, this title and this responsibility, it's for elevating Black women. There's no other way to reestablish balance. You know, there's formulas. Black people are the original humans. Black people are, you know, representative of the nation of Israel, the chosen people of the Most High who suffer punishment at the hands of Gentiles and foreign nations because of our wickedness and our vileness and our refusal to honor the covenant with our God that has now allowed Gentiles, or those who are not of the nation of Israel, to be grafted in through belief in Christ and the teachings of Christ, and more so just the prophecy, being covered with the blood of Christ through that belief and adherence to being Christ-like. You know, I had a great discussion with my cousin, and one thing we talked about is Christianity is being Christ-like. That's a simple definition of Christianity. To be Christ-like, to seek to be Christ-like, to seek to walk in the straight and narrow path, in the ways of Christ, by the teachings of Christ. And if you are in the mysteries, to decipher the parables, you know, that Christ bestowed upon the apostles, to be able to, you know, even get to the point where you're expelling demons in Christ's name, from yourself first and foremost, and then from others, you know, and spreading good news, the good news of salvation. People are wicked, people are evil, people have no hope for immortality or the afterlife or everlasting life, what the Bible talks about. And you're talking about that natural immortality that Black people have through our spiritual connection to the Creator. And that deals with honoring the laws of the covenant. And I have to say, one thing that's really empowered me is celibacy. Not just it being aligned with my name and being an oracle, and the nature of an oracle, needing to preserve our sexuality, because it literally opens portals, opens gates. It's, you know, I'm so to speak, being a vessel and keeping your vessel pure so you can do higher spiritual work with it. That's something that's very empowering, and it's not always easy to talk about, because when you open up about it, other people can hold you accountable for that. But when I do, you know, when I do these things that other people don't do or are afraid to do, and I'm not the only one, but when you see other people's fear of being held accountable, being held accountable for anything, let alone what they say they're about and who they say they are. It affords you that sense of pride to know that I'm making the sacrifices and I'm taking accountability for the person I am and for the power that I have and that I'm opening up to others. What are you all accountable for? One thing that Black High Priestess, one thing that my brand, my products and services is about is holding Black people, particularly Black men, accountable for the problems in our race. Holding individuals accountable for the initiations they claim that they want in African spirituality, in magic or witchcraft or voodoo. In the occult. The left out movement, dealing with Black women, understanding that no matter what we do, we're left out. It is only white men, Black men, and white women that are accepted in any society, in any American organization and agenda. But it is the Black women who are suffering the most. That's why Black women are left out, because COINTELPRO and other CIA government forces that are directly related to powers that be, that hate the Most High, hate the Most High's creation, hate what the Most High created, which is the natural man and woman, the Black man and the Black woman. And the Black woman is more powerful, has done the least amount of compromising. The Black woman does all the groundwork. The Black women started the revolution. Black women started the Haitian revolutions. Black women made the sacrifices of the pigs. It's always the Black women doing the groundwork. But you see, we don't get the support from our men. Black men don't support Black women doing the groundwork. Black men want to dominate Black women like they learned from crackers. Black men want to write and create the narrative and erase the shame that they have for the fact that you are castrated, and Black women have to do it all ourselves. We cannot rely on our men. Our men don't have it in them to stay on our side and support us and follow our lead. Black men wanted to emulate the worst part of cracker. They want to emulate the worst of the white man who taught them how to oppress Black women, how to demean the woman, how to degrade the woman, how to rape the woman, how to be uncivilized toward the woman. But the Black man doesn't want to learn how to elevate the woman in order to win warfare. You see, the white man easily is winning now because all Black men want to do is be with white women. Because Black men cannot look Black women in the eye. They're too ashamed. Black men know you're not attracted to Black women. You don't love Black women. You're not man enough to protect us. You really kind of hate us. You hate us because we're still around and the world hasn't been whited out. We're still around and we're still showing you that you have lost. You're inferior. And every time you look at a natural dark-skinned Black woman who has no protection and provision from a man, who has no other options sometimes but to date interracially, because our men are so null and void, unavailable and ineligible. Black men can't look Black women in the eye because you have failed us miserably, and you still would rather, instead of taking the responsibility of picking up the pieces and cleaning up the mess that you created for Black women by abandoning us and not being masculine, you would rather go deal with white women who are already spoken for, who have everything they need because they have men protecting them and providing for them already. You would rather go with what's easy. Black men can't look Black women in the eye because we're still here, we still exist. Black masculinity doesn't. The Black femininity has survived. How can black men look black women in the eye when you're still creating music, listening to music that degrades us and elevates white women? Listening to artists that degrade black women. Promoting and singing lyrics and promoting artists and sports players and politicians and actors and athletes. Promoting all of these celebrities that constantly degrade black women and elevate white women, which elevates white men. It says, white men, you are better than me. Your women are better than my women. And in order for me to better myself, I'm going to be with your women and I'm going to be like you. So where does that leave black women? Real black women, not black women who are willing to compromise and sell out in order to get these niggers who are worthless. These niggers who only can go with something easy that's already spoken for. Niggers who will sell out and take millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, or marry into white families and compromise any masculinity or any African spirituality that they may have in order to you know, be a sex slave to a white woman and have an easier life by selling out and avoiding black women for the rest of your life, so you don't lose your relationship with Becky, so you don't lose your relationship with the white girl and lose that little bit of status that you think you have by being with a white woman. You see, the white, you know, it was said that the white man's last resort would have to be using the white woman. And that's what's happened. And black men are so desperate to write the narrative, they don't want the world to know. Well, but the world already knows. But black men are so desperate to write the narrative of the revolution as them conquering white men, when black men cannot conquer white men because they're inferior to white men. Black men are too wicked in their own nation. Black men, just like in the Bible, started degrading the black woman, going to war with the black woman, treating black women like cattle slaves instead of like proper wives and equals. And God cursed the black man with the Gentiles, or the cracker, the white man. And to this day, the black man still can't figure out in his own merit and prowess how to come out of oppression, because the black man does not know how to deal with his own woman. You deal with women the way you were dealt with in slavery. You rape them. You treat us like sex slaves. You put too much emphasis on our physical parts. And you hate black women who are too intelligent to deal with you niggers. You hate black women who are eligible enough and capable to date outside the race. You hate black women who see the inferiority of the black man. Why would any race respect a man who constantly is listening to music and watching media that degrades his woman and calls his woman ugly and tells him that he is better off with the white woman, and that his way of making it is with the white woman? And that's all you see in media. The black man is programmed. Just talk to any of them. Talk to any of them. The black man has options and opportunities to protect and provide for black women, but they'll abandon that because they want to write the narrative that I conquered and I did this. No, black women have been doing it, and we don't get the credit because our men aren't standing up for us in these situations. Because the black men are not deciding, you know what, let me stop being involved with all these white people in white society and let me come invest my energy into what black women are doing, because they're not getting the credit and they don't have enough men helping. Because the men are too busy trying to rub shoulders in white society and conquer white women, because you can't conquer white men. Two things that the black man refuses to do and cannot do: conquer white men and respect and love black women. The black man is too programmed to be a sex slave to white women. Where does that leave black women? So I just want black women to realize and understand, I I don't want to get too much in. I want to go for a swim and everything right now, but I just wanted to remind you, sisters, like, I've been speaking up about the inferiority of the men in our race. And, you know, all of it, I'm not about to be politically correct and sugarcoat. When you hold someone responsible, you need to tell the truth. This is not an insult. This is a reality of what black women deal with, why it is so hard and sucks to be a black woman. We don't get protection from our men. When you're in a workplace situation, a black man sees a beautiful black woman. If he's one of these castrated niggers that's trying to climb the social ladder and be accepted, he's going to shun that black woman every chance he can get, because he knows if he shows any allegiance or ally or amicability or unity with that black woman in the workplace, he's going to make all of the white people uncomfortable. He's going to make the white men uncomfortable with him, and he's going to get that backlash. He's going to make the white women angry, and he's going to have to defend the black women against jealous white femininity who thinks that they're better than black women and who are used to being able to control a black man's sexuality and help him avoid black women and be her slave. But the moment a black man shows unity with a black woman in a corporate workplace, in a white supremacist environment, in a political setting, white people start getting uncomfortable. And that's why black men don't do it. Black men would rather go around acting gay and acting faggoted than be masculine and say, hey, I'm going to protect the black woman simply because she's black, and I know that she's going to be victimized in any situation if I don't protect her. But black men refuse to protect black women in a lot of situations. And don't get me wrong, I'm not coming at the brothers who do. But if it don't apply, let it fly. See, black men get so emotional at sisters holding black men accountable, they forget, hey, I'm a good black man. But you all get so damn emotional that you can't just, rightfully divide when somebody is holding you accountable. And not enough black men are holding other black men accountable. You know, the things like the left out movement that's starting, we need people like Derek Jackson to stand up for black women more. We need people who are known for speaking up for women's rights against men who prey on us, men who are predators. We need those type of men to stand up for black women more adamantly. But you all are so easily manipulated by white women because you want to get in white society and get those money and those resources. That's fine and that's well. But you keep disrespecting black women in the process because you know that's what white people need you to do. It's, black men get paid to disrespect black women. You feel me? Black men keep jobs by being disrespectful and shunning the black woman and sucking up to white girls. Black men get jobs by cutting off their locks and being non-threatening. And if a black man is threatening by showing that he likes black women, showing that he prefers black women, they're going to give him problems at his job. They're going to try to separate the black man from the black woman. But you see, white people can hook up all that they want at jobs. White managers can hook up with white girls all that they want. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time for a black man and a black woman to unite in a corporate setting, 9 times out of 10, the black man is going to keep his money and degrade the black woman and abandon her and leave her left out. It happens in organizations. It happens in the workplace. It happens in my industry. It happens in Hollywood all the time. So where are black women at now? Having to support each other again, having to sleep with each other and turn to lesbianism again, having to do it all ourselves again. And why should black women who have done it all ourselves, who have been abandoned at every turn for the white woman and the white man, and their status, why should we accept into our revolution, into our civilization that we create amongst each other being left out? Why should we accept black men back in when you all abandon us? And then when you lose out And you want to come back to us and feed off of the black women's resources that we had to generate without your help. Without your fucking help, black man. Why should we constantly keep letting you back in to that revolution? Why? Black women have done it without you. And you all are still trying to write the narrative when the fact of the matter is the world needs to know, black man, you are a fucking failure. We've done this shit without you. You don't treat us right. You're ignorant. You a baby. You a little fucking boy. And I'm sick of you. We're sick of you. Real women are sick of you. Listening to hip hop, watching sports, being a nigger. You have no fucking intelligence. And then when black women are trying to tell you, you don't listen to black women because you want to write the narrative. Stop trying to write the narrative, black man, and worry about your survival because you can't survive without a black woman. You're an inferior little fucking ass slave ass boy. That's why I said, you know, I be wanting most high to guide, but the reality of it is like, you know, what is left for the black women to be other than left out? It's not about being angry. It's just the fact that we're sick of you leaving us, abandoning us, creating anger and rage in us because you're worthless and mistreat us after we've done everything for you. You still abandon us for white women. Why should we accept you back? There's nothing left but for the black women to be alone instead of sharing our hard-earned resources with white men, white women, and black men who have misused us and mistreated us, do nothing for us, but use us and create society. Black men have sold out long ago to be part of the white man's society because he said, I can get white women. I'll take white women and abandon black women because that is the revolution. Being able to protect and provide again for your woman, and the black man don't do that. So fuck all of this police brutality and shit. Who's gonna respect you? Maybe if you weren't so busy all the time sleeping with white women and abandoning us, and maybe if you put more effort into helping black women, white men wouldn't see you as such a threat. White women are completely disrespectful to white men in a lot of instances. When white men have done everything for white women, but now she can get some easy black dick, and she's disrespectful to the things that white men have given her that black men haven't given black women. White women has had it easy because men have been able to give her things, and she complains that we're being mistreated and she's a stay-at-home. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black women never had an option to be a stay-at-home mother and to sleep with anybody who comes through the door when the guy's at work, or cheating on you when he's on a work trip or whatever. White women get everything, and now they can get easy black dick. And what can black women get? Nothing. Shunned, mistreated, disrespected, spit on, raped, unprotected, teen pregnancy, lesbianism, living in a food desert, fatherless boys. You know what I'm saying? Because a white woman could be fat, ugly, stupid, and worthless. But because she's white, black men will consider her as a status symbol, not me. So, at the end of the day, I really don't fuck with niggers like that. There's not, black men don't really exist. Not in my life. Not like that. A lot of black women have a different lifestyle. A lot of black women have different experiences. Some of you black women, you have brothers that protected you. You know what I'm saying? You have black male family members that made sure that men didn't come in your life and misuse you and treat you any type of way. You have black men in your life who stood up for you when people mistreat you. I didn't have that. I had to fight my own family members. I had to fight my own family to be accepted in my own household. So a lot of black women know what it's really like. When you're a black woman and you're around predominantly white society, you can't expect no fucking black man who's already fucking a white girl, already sleeping with a white girl, already been castrated by white boys to come protect you. He's been programmed to avoid you. so the white boys can come in and flirt with you and mistreat you and do whatever. And sometimes you might look out and you might catch a good, upstanding, like Christian, Christ-like white dude, you know what I'm saying, who appreciates you. But it's not going to be these white dudes who have a fetish for black women and black pussy. It's not going to be these white dudes who fetishize black women and who lust after black women and who have a preference for black women. It's going to be a white dude who's just man enough and sees, I like women and this is a beautiful woman. I don't care the fact that she's an African phenotype woman or a black woman. She's a beautiful woman and she's strong and she's been through a struggle that other women haven't been through, and I admire that and I see her as an asset. It's going to be that type of white dude. It ain't gonna be these white dudes fetishizing you black women. But like I'm saying, every now and then a sister like me will look out with a white dude who just really appreciates real women and sees your struggle and will appreciate you and love you for who you are, not because you're black. Half of these white dudes out here, they just like the black guys. I want to be with a black woman because I have an inferiority complex. And conquering the woman makes me feel superior to black men. Just like most black men out here sleep with white women because they have an inferiority complex toward white men. They sleeping with white women because they want white men to see, hey, I have something that I think belongs to you. Bitch, you stupid ass nigger. You all sleep with the white women that the white men don't want, the ones that white men in high society reject, the ones that are ugly, the ones that are fat, the ones that are unintelligent, the ones that are rejected. Number one, the ones that are whores and the ones that white men ran through but wouldn't marry because she was a perpetual whore. And black men, you all are notorious for picking up white men's trash. But see, when a white man wants to get with a black woman, see, white men have good taste in women because that's that intelligence. I want something that's an asset. Black men just want ass. You know? That's why white men get with the black revolutionary type women. Get with beautiful dark-skinned women. And even black men be admitting, like, damn, why do the white guys get all of the fine, skinny, healthy, fit sisters? Because white men like fine, skinny, healthy, fit women. And black men like fat, ugly, pig-like women. Whether they're white or black. Black men are notorious for liking ugly, fat, piggy, oinky women. Black men are known for that. Black men are known for that because during slavery, the oinky, piggy women, that's the ones y'all was sleeping with, them ugly ass white women. And another thing, during slavery, black men were breeding with black women to breed stronger slaves in some instances. So you know, the black man's sexual deviancy, that's that slave syndrome shit. Just like the black women's sexual deviancy. Getting pregnant at a young age. Who fucking does that? Unintelligent, impoverished, retarded people who aren't creating a higher civilization, who are just living in lower base animalistic selves. Tribal stuff. Don't get me wrong, a lot of tribes are civilized, but a lot of them are not. A lot of tribes are not civilized. You fuck like rabbits, you spread around, and then you get conquered by higher intelligence predators. It's not rocket science, but it is when you in a retarded slave mentality. And that's what black people were bred and manufactured to do. Fuck like rabbits, create more slaves. And now that the breeding got out of control and the population exceeded that of the white crackers, that's when killing off the black men started. Because, you know, we could keep the black women because the white men can rape us and sleep with us. So at the end of the day, you know, hip hop music and mass media propaganda and that slave syndrome determines the type of women that black men like. And I'm not saying all black men are like this, but the reality of it is, you know, even if even if black men like fine black women, do you know how to deal with real women though? Do you? Are you so used to being a boy that you only know how to deal with girls? Black people were infantilized from slavery, put in a little boy, little girl state, and calling white people the white man and the white woman. And to this day, you see black people acting like children. I mean, black people go out in public and act like children, and sometimes, and black people be wanting like negative attention from white people sometimes. When black people feel inferior, black people act more ignorant and more ghetto and more childlike in public classy settings because they want that negative attention from white people. You see, black people want to always like, you know, black people can't just fall in line and act classy sometimes. Black people have to like stand out, have to act ghetto, have to like make like a extravagant presence. And you know, and that comes from an inferiority complex. Black people constantly want to be noticed by white people. And black people do ignorant things because you're looking for attention from white people. Why? Because you still consider white people your fucking parents. And the way black people act, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, just little situations. Like I work at a classy bowling alley, and sometimes black people will come and sit on the tables instead of sitting in the Italian leather couches. That shows your inferiority. You don't feel like you're good enough to sit on the couch. You gotta sit on the table. The only people that do that are black people and the children. Everyone else is adult enough and classy enough to be in the setting and sit on the couch and know that the table is for eating and the couch is for putting my butt on. But you got black people who like to come and act ignorant and do stuff like that. It shows you act like a child. You think like a child. And that's the problem. You know, black women are sick of dealing with childish black men who are constantly just trying to write the narrative instead of falling in line, accepting your failure and saying what I can do to be a man is show that I still elevate my women and get behind us who have been leading and getting no credit. If I was not a black woman, I would be in a leadership position and with all the experience that I have in the industry that I'm in. But because I'm a black woman, I don't get the pay grade that I deserve. I don't get offered the jobs that I deserve. I don't get treated the same at work. And it's not to say that it's not up to me to ask for what I am worth, to ask for certain things. But the reality of it is black women don't get the same respect. If you're a white man, if you're a white woman, if you're a black man, you will get promoted into certain things. But if you're a black woman, no matter how hard you work, you're not going to be accepted. Nobody likes black women to be in a leadership position. Yet, black men like to force black women into doing it and manipulating black women into doing all of the work by saying shit like the black woman is God. And I love black women only. And this and that. Black women, stop being stupid and letting these dumb niggers manipulate you into thinking that they're giving you work that you already have. We've already been doing all of the work. Our men are sitting around hanging out with each other trying to figure out how to keep their status within the black race and how to write the narrative while the black women are the ones doing the real struggling and the real revolting. Black men, y'all are not fucking struggling like black women. Because you all are too busy being dumb and playing around and playing video games and fucking white girls and fucking white boys. Y'all are not struggling. Y'all are not in our struggle no more. You really haven't been. Not since civil rights. And even in civil rights, all that shit was about is black boule motherfuckers silencing black women, getting black women to do work and be silent and get to the point where black men are free to fuck all the white girls that they want. And not let the black woman say anything about grafting all of these unclean spirits in foreign nations into the nation of Israel. Which in the book of Ezra, it made the black men who, and the problem is, it was the black male leaders and the Levites and the priesthood who were the main ones marrying women outside of the nation and creating illegitimate babies, creating the unclean babies. And in the book of Ezra, it says that the black men were ordered to put away their foreign wives, meaning put away the white women and the children they had with them, in order to be accepted back into the nation. But they could not be accepted back into the priesthood, but into the nation. Black men, are you going to put away your foreign practices? Are you going to put away your foreign women and start coming and joining the black woman? Because black men, you are not our revolution. You're not part of our revolution. The black men who are struggling, now these black leaders and all these black men going around, y'all are not part of the revolution. The black woman is the revolution. Y'all are just going around with your head up your fucking ass, or white people's ass. But when you want to join the real revolution, I don't know. I don't even know if I want black men. I mean, we don't need y'all. That's the problem. Once we've done it without you, it's not about being angry black woman, strong black woman. We did it without you already. We didn't have a choice. That's what we are. That's what we become. But maybe we should deal with men who know how to conquer, since you know, we don't really relate to our men no more. I'm not speaking for all black women. And I'm not talking about all black men. I'm talking about the most of y'all. Like, why should we relate to an infantilized baby when we can relate to the men who conquered you? We can relate to the conquerors. Like, I mean, black men don't want to hear it, but you need to. Nobody holds black men accountable. Black men don't hold black men accountable because black men have it easy. When the black woman is eliminated from the revolution, the black man can take pride in doing something that you haven't done. But as long as black women are here, the black man has shame. And when you eliminate black women, the black man can feel proud and walk around with his light-skinned white girls as if you've done something to protect and provide, when these women are spoken for and already protected by white supremacy. But as long as black women exist, the black man cannot really hold his head up high, because you won't be able to hold your head high enough to look us in the eye, because you are a failure. You're inferior. You're castrated. We had to do it without you. And now we got to fight you too, because you won't protect us. You are the enemy of us, on the other line fighting us, because you want to erase the reality that we have been left out. We did it ourselves. We didn't need you. We wanted you and you left us. Now what? Now what? Black men, you can't hold your head high enough to face the black woman. So what you do is you turn your face away from us and you face white men and white women. I want the world to know, because maybe other places of the world will come help the black woman, because we don't have no allies. Sometimes least of all the black men. All right, everybody. Time for me to go for a swim. And I want to show appreciation to men who are really making sacrifices to help black women, and who are really like confronting the way the world deals with black women and the black woman struggle, confronting the fact we have no help. We have to be men. We don't have men, and the black women who get to have men are the ones who compromise. So sisters, if you want a man, compromise. Be willing to put out, be willing to wear weave, be willing to act dumb, be willing to lighten your skin, or be willing to get implants so you look like the way, black men, they like fat women. So, you know what I'm saying? Just be willing to compromise some shit so you fit in with the hip hop narrative of what black femininity is. Because that's about the only type of femininity that black men really, it seems, know how to deal with. That little girl ratchet hoe shit. Those are the black women who get black men. The ones who compromise their womanhood and their blackness. If the world knows what black women go through, maybe the world will start to help. We don't get no help from our men. Not no real sisters. The realer the sisters are, the black men, they want to be around our energy, but you can't. You're gonna abandon it. You're afraid of us. Because black men are not willing to die for what's right. And the reason the black man is not willing to die for what's right is because the black man has no real African spiritual power, and he doesn't know about immortality. He's lost his immortality, so he's not willing to die for what's right. So he's gonna die in this nation and inside of a white woman's pussy, or with a white man's dick up his ass. And black men, a lot of you need to die off that way. Die how you live. What do you stand? I'm speaking up the truth. How many black women are brave enough to talk about our inferior men? Even Frances Cress Welsing was the last one who talked about the reality of black revolution and white supremacy, but she still gave black men too much credit by glorifying his penis and not talking about what black women go through enough, the fact that our men are under attack so much. What does a black woman have to go through though? We always are worrying about black men. Fuck black men. Black men are an inferior breed. There's so few black men left. I don't have time to worry about everybody else's situation. I'm alone struggling. I have no allies. So nobody cares where that leaves the black woman. You see, the black man is not willing to die for the black woman because he doesn't know his spiritual power. He doesn't feel his immortality. He doesn't honor the laws of the covenant to get that everlasting life that's just talked about in the Bible. The black man lost his Bodun. He don't have the voodoo. He don't have that connection to the Most High because you don't love your women. You don't respect your women. You don't stop what you're doing and build the nation properly. You let the women do all the work, and then you beat us down when we try to get credit for it. You put us in situations where you want us to be polygamous instead of being a real man and learning how to protect and provide for one woman instead of making the same mistake over and over again. Every time one woman gets mad at you, you go get another one pregnant like a fucking animal. Everybody goes through stuff differently. I've dealt with extreme racism. I've been called nigger by white people at a young age when I was 5. I grew up behind enemy lines, being the only black people there. I know what it's like to be I know what it's like to be considered a freak of nature. I never in my life have had any opportunity to fit in society. I've always been outstanding. My middle name is Unique. I've never been able to fit in any society, and I never will. So I have the strength to stand up, even if I'm standing alone, which most of the time I am. All of the time I am. I always probably will be. Standing alone. But that's what gives me that strength to stand up for what's right. Most black women are too fucking weak, too. Most women are too weak. You need a man. You want a man's support. You want a man to accept you. You want men. So you act like little girls, so men can accept you. But when you grow up and become a woman and set requirements for manhood, you're going to be alone most likely because men don't fucking exist. Least of all in the black race. I know what it's like to stand alone. So I don't mind the backlash. I don't mind being called, and it's not that I don't mind. It hurts. But no one sees me as human. I'm a black woman, so I'm not a woman. I'm not feminine. Nothing hurts me because I'm a black woman. So my feelings don't get hurt. I don't even have feelings. I'm not even a human. I'm just some fucking freak of nature animal. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to call black women angry and call black women strong and masculinize black women because we're not feminine enough to get protection from men. They got studies that show how people, the internal chemical reactions that go on in people's biology when they see black faces. You don't think that happens when you walk into a situation, a person sees a black woman and they start to, synapses of fear go through their body? A real black presence puts the fear of God in people who are inferior. And the way black men are afraid of the black woman, afraid of us being in our true power. You want to elevate us in everything. You want us to elevate ourselves so you can benefit from it. You don't want to do the real groundwork, black men. You don't want to humble yourself. See, black man wants to walk in white society with his black male ego, with his my dick is bigger ego, and I could take your women because the women are going to like me because my dick is bigger ego. But you can't come around black society and do that. Black women ain't trying to hear it. You've abandoned us. You left us. You raped us and left us to raise babies on our own. So you go into white society trying to think, oh, because your dick is bigger. Yeah, but your masculinity and your manhood is shriveled compared to that of the white man's. That's why you always want to go into white society, because you can't hold your own. You can't hold your head up around sisters, because we know what you are. We know what you've done to us. We can't keep blaming white people and then saying that we're superior to them and then blaming them. When are we going to hold black men accountable for revolution? Black men are not part of the revolution. Y'all, you know, come on. Where are y'all though? For real. Watching sports, sleeping with white girls, assimilating, having conversations with white dudes about black girls and white girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, grow the fuck up, yo. Grow the fuck up. All right, well, you know, I just I'm glad about the left out movement. You know, it's like it's got to be more stuff that really talk about the situations and things, because black women have excelled in intelligence and education and entrepreneurship. Black women have just excelled so far past black men in general, who are still trying to start record labels and make music. You feel me? Like, these niggas out here still trying to make music and everything. Like, black women out here growing food, you know, getting involved in legalization of weed. Black women out here being birth doulas, raising babies, you know what I'm saying, raising babies holistically for the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Black women out here doing it, killing it. What are niggers doing? Making music, making beats. The fuck? Like, why would we want niggers in the revolution that we created, in the solidarity that we created, in a different solidarity with people who really come from a earth honoring, spiritual honoring energy, where they really honor that black woman's energy coming in and bringing that healing in and really worshiping us? Why would we become part of a struggle of a bunch of niggers who think hip-hop and making beats and black woman is God and, you know, nigger shit, like nigger shit, where you got other societies where, you know, black women are like really honored for what we do and what we bring to the table. You know, I don't know one, but like, what intelligent woman would want to take in men who showed that they never wanted to help you be a part of your struggle anyway? who showed that they had abandoned you and weren't man enough to help. You know, it's like a man sees a woman carrying 50 bags on her own and she's struggling with it, and he walks by her instead of stopping to offer to help her. And then he walks by because he feels like, oh well, I don't have any arms, so I let me just walk by her and let her struggle because she's got it. She has arms, you know, and that's how black men feel about black women. Like, y'all feel castrated, but you feel like, well, the black woman has arms. She still has pussy. She could still be a woman and make it, like, you know what I'm saying? That's how black men feel. Like, I don't have arms and she has arms, so I'll let her struggle. You know, when it's like, you didn't even try. You didn't even look to see if you actually had arms. You just accepted the fact that I can't do anything, so I'm not going to. Yeah, but that same black man who walked by that woman, by that bag lady, when had no arms, he'll walk up to a white girl who's not carrying any bags, who's sitting looking pretty, and he'll try and go home with her and flirt with her and everything. Yeah, you didn't even try to flirt with the woman who's carrying bags to even put a smile on her face, even though you didn't have arms. You just walk by her and say, well, I don't have arms to help, so let me go talk to this beautiful white girl who's not doing anything and is just getting more and more ego. That's how black men are. You walk past the black woman's struggle because you've been castrated by society, and you say, well, let me go castrate myself, let me go make it easier on the white woman. You know, let's be real about black men. Like, this is what black men are. This is how y'all fucking are. I don't respect y'all. I respect individuals. If I meet a person, I respect that person until they disrespect me. Then I don't deal with that person unless I have to on a professional level. But when it comes to the subject of black revolution, you're talking about black women. You're talking about black women. I respect people because I respect myself. And a person who has respect for themselves will respect the person until you have a reason not to. You give respect to get it. But when it comes to talking about the black man, does Black High Priestess have respect for black men? No, I told you all years ago spiritually, Ogun doesn't even possess black men no more. Ogun possesses black women. So if you want me to talk about the spiritual reality of it too, I could talk about what happens in the spirit realm. In the revolution. Black men has not been part of the revolution for some centuries. At least two. Or at least I'll say at least for the last century. At least for the last century. But even still, it's biblical. It's biblical, y'all. It's biblical. So black women, I'm here for us. I'm still here for us. I'm still gonna keep talking the same stuff that I've been talking because it needs to happen. It needs to be said. I remember back when I was fucking with Sister Latava and that, you know, some backward stuff too. But at the same time, like, it's been so long that I've been here for black women who understand our plight is due to the lack of masculinity available to us. And whether black men are actively choosing to be inferior and avoid us, or whether black men have been victimized and we are being victimized by white supremacist systematic racism, the end of the day, the black woman has a unique struggle. And because of that struggle, sisterhood is not prevalent. Black women compete for masculine resources. And at this point, black women, we can't afford to keep competing with each other for these resources. That's why black women hate each other. But those of us who really have that high intelligence and understand what's going on and are looking at our particular survival, and those of us who aren't dragging around babies as in our struggle, because a lot of sisters, you got a different struggle too. You got to deal with men. in some way, shape, or form. Because you dealt with a man before you were married to him. And don't get me wrong, just because you're married doesn't mean you're